start. How about you'll need to make okay, we're playing Lake of Voices, brand new game.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
You'll need to make various decisions through a Lake of Voices. Here are a few details to keep in mind. Certain choices are timed. God damn it. Time running out isn't something to completely avoid. In some cases, not getting involved can open up new possibilities. Other choices aren't timed. Those options only determine whether Kika, what a name, has any special affection for another character or not. Ooh, ooga booga. If you survive until the second night, the story will branch into one of 5 different plot lines based on your earlier decisions. The other characters cannot manage all situations in the various plot lines. Regardless of what you do, if a character isn't making it, try getting that plot with a different set of survivors or having the same group of characters venture through some other storyline. Becoming closer to someone can add and or remove future choice options and change how some scenes play out. Your decision to build that connection may not go unnoticed by the other characters. Earning the full amount of affection with certain characters can require getting into specific plot lines.
This is very wordy.
Page up key returns a previous text choice. Opens full. Okay. My grip on my lantern tightens as the fog around us thickens, while the forest in the area are relatively safe compared to signals made of words. I cannot help but feel my hair stand on end the further we get.
Years without sin is called a sinless.
My free hand figures the hilt of my sword. Something akin.
Fingers the hilt of my
Dude, I read so many fantasy books that use fingered just by like trying to say they touched something, but in a different word. Like they picked up a thesaurus, and I'm like, no, don't say that.
No.
Something akin to a nervous
Fingered
reflex.
myself. Have you seen it before?
Let's come up with some new voices. Bellamy breaks the silence, either sensing my unease or assuaging his own. I hope it's the latter.
I've had no reason to
Kiki, do you love me? I haven't. I've had no reason to get near this cursed lake until now. What have you?
I'll come up with another voice for him.
Bellamy scratches his chin casually, as though I thought that was a girl for sure, as though I asked what his favorite food is.
I've traveled the long way around the woods before. Not so pleasant. Not something about it just phrased your nerves. Although even being near it is enough.
Although funny, think of your poor throat by the end of this.
Fuck it.
I'll kid. So I'm not the only one who feels it. A sense of relief hits me, but not enough to undo the buzzing of anxiety. The Lake Sinaloas must try their best to avoid it all their lives. The hundreds who die attempting to cross it, it's unearthly black water, dragged to death by the creatures lurking within, aren't a secret. No wonder you were assigned this mission. There are few who have had first-hand experience with the place. Even if from a distance, he'll probably keep being picked whenever they need someone to cross, for however long he's with us. How would you pronounce it?
Bamel.
Bamel shrugs, bringing my attention back to the dark path before us.
At least we're taking the bridge this time. It only takes 2 days instead of double that, and the sooner this place is behind us, the better.
The voice of my savior rings in my ears. It would be preferable not to risk it, but time is of the essence. We do not really have a choice.
Oh, but we do. This is a choice-based game.
One of our allied villages, Hemer, is being harassed by brigaders. A band of ruffians.
For those who didn't know what a brigadier is.
We don't have many guards to send as an assist. Only Bamel and myself. I mean Kermit. I mean Bamel. The least we could do is arrive before we are too late to be of any use. These kinds of squabbles happen often, but have to be put down lest they turn into a blood grudge or an all-out war. The last we heard, neither option was that far off.
I can also see why they chose you to come out here.
God, I hope he's stronger than he sounds. I glance at Bamel, an eyebrow raised, A slight smile plays across his lips.
You're always so calm and so serious. Nothing can get to you. You're the best choice they had.
I don't know if that's an insult or
You're
not.
the best.
A smile now tugs at my own lips. I guess it was a compliment. I would like to thank him, but that would be so calm and serious, and he's just as he just described. And if that's how he sees me, I'd like to keep it that way. Oh, it wouldn't be so. Man, I just skim hardcore. My lack of reaction only makes his smile grow, and he chuckles a bit before refocusing on the path. I do the same. It wouldn't be right to let my guard down in a place like this, but Mel appears to feel differently, however.
You know, the old town. You know, the old town on the other side of the lake, though. It's not so similar to ours. If all goes well, perhaps we'll have enough time to enjoy the new area.
For the most part, I ignored him, nodding when applicable. Bamel is a talkative sort, and if chatting helps keep his worries down and his sword hand ready, I have no complaints. After a time, the thick fog surrounding us began to clear. A slick wooden dock comes into view, and with it the sounds of water gently lapping at its sides. Bamel shifts beside me, stretching his lantern arm as far as it'll go. He seems tense.
Someone's already here.
I'm so tense. Oh. A young woman stands by the dock, eyeing us weirdly. Does she intend to cross tonight? Evidently, she has the same question as we step up next to her. It's clear she isn't simply passing by. She's waiting. The stranger nods curtly to us.
Margaret.
Kika, the steadfast.
Bamel. Oh.
I'm the best they had.
Oh.
There's a stuffy silence. Margaret turns to gaze out across the lake, expressions unclear, with not much to say, but Mel and I do the same. From here, the black surface of the lake looks...
I like the way you said black.
The black surface of the lake looks disarmingly calm. Wind rushes across its surface, a sound like whispering. Though perhaps it is whispering. I concentrate, trying to place the difference, searching for breaks in rhythm. After a few seconds, I feel foolish. It doesn't matter what the noise is. Whether I hear them or not, we're not alone. The Nixie are out there. I don't like the way I said Nixie. You're gonna die. 7 days. A feeling that I can't quite shake tells me everything. Well, shit. Sorry. Tells me they've already noticed the little group of people on their shores. It feels hostile. My stomach sinks, and I instead address Bamel.
Welcome to Lake ASMR.
Where's the guide?
Unless she's on the center island or on the complete other side, your guess is as good as mine. It's pitch dark. It's dark as pitch out here.
Oh boy. Here we go. Panic rises inside me. Panic I try hard to quell. We can't cross without him, and we need to get going soon.
You can't cross without him either.
The one behind us, Margaret, cuts... I just took in a bit of Margaret's voice. I said that. Cuts in with something like a snort.
What?
I know the guide will be here tonight. I have already made arrangements with him to cross.
But Mel and I share a look. The woman seems haughty, and willing to put up with a fuss.
I have his word. He'll take me today. It would be wiser for the two of you to begin the trip around, if you're really in such a hurry. Or you can make camp here and wait for him to make the trip back if you prefer.
She trailed off. I don't need to turn my attention to Pamela to know he's riled up. I step in before he can say something rash, like, I'm Kermit. Even if that is so, my companion and I must begin the trip tonight.
Here.
Margaret is unimpressed and opens her mouth to argue further. We'll wait for the guide to arrive before coming to a conclusion about any of this. She clamps her mouth shut and then lets out a sigh.
You can do as you like.
With the matter tentatively settled, Bamel moves away. His finger begins to tap loudly against the top of his hilt. He shifts from one foot to another, then groans.
What's that bastard even up to?
I don't know. I almost visibly start, but manage to restrain myself. He probably doesn't know any better. I'm sure of that. He's not worth mentioning.
With a mouth like that, you shouldn't even have the right to ask the guide to take you across.
How ludicrous. He's faced far worse than a bit of foul language.
Do you know anything about what's happened with this lake?
I know enough.
She fades out. Margaret is clearly not convinced, but she shrugs and makes a show of turning her back to him. The guide's father is Garvin, the exemplar. Garvin never accepted the guide as his son, all the way up until he died in this lake. Your statement could be as seen as tasteless.
Oh.
Oh. Mel rubs the back of his neck, his face regretful.
My apologies to the guy. I didn't mean it that way. I never knew about any of this. Well, that.
Well, yeah. A smile spreads across my face. One I quickly wipe away. He really did just misspeak. The silence slowly stretches between the three of us, growing more awkward with each passing second. Margaret seems irritated, and Bamel abashed. Ah. You're quite informed, Margaret. I'm sure you're forgiven, Bamel. Say nothing. We'll sweet talk, Margaret. It's been years since the time of Garvin the Exemplar. It's impressive you knew. Margaret smiles, lifting her chin into the air. The over-exaggerated action is somehow pleasant, rather than belittling. She's so much happier than I had anticipated.
Yes, I do like to stay informed. And you knew too. Good. This lake shouldn't be allowed to swallow even history itself.
Right on. My town, the one where I was born at least, was also Garvin's home town. I was very young when he passed. The entire village went into mourning. People broke down crying in the streets. I'll never forget it. He meant much to everyone who knew him.
Much into the afternoon.
It's 9 in the afternoon.
Oh, I have no such connections. I merely read about it.
She pauses, seeming to scan the air in front of her for something to say.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey. I get to be thankful. You don't get to be welcomeful. Welcomeful. My town may have taken pride in Garvin, the Exemplar, and what he achieved, but we weren't the ones who lost the most. That would be his family.
Oh, I have committed a self-sacrifice.
We each remained locked inside our own thoughts. Not another word passed between us.
I have brought a dishonor to my family.
There's a light in the distance. You see that?
Eventually, a small light appears on the bridge ahead.
Eventually, a small light appears on the bridge ahead, gently swaying through the foggy air. It gets closer and closer until it becomes apparent it's a figure carrying a lantern.
Do you see that light? There's a light ahead.
Shut up. It must be the guide, although I can't shake the ghostly aura it gives off. The figure steps onto the shore, but we wait for him to approach us instead of going to meet him. None of us are sure how close to the waters we can get to before it's no longer safe.
Sup, fuckers?
Yeah, sup. He stops in front of us and simply stares. Are you the guide of Sinols? The man nods, his sharp face and weary eyes.
Well, that's grand. We would like an escort across the lake.
But Mel motions to the two of us, and Margaret approaches, a strange smile on her face.
Hello, it's good to see you again. I'm ready to cross as we've agreed upon.
The guide turns to face her as well, face remaining unchanged. It must not be a lie. He would have had to say something otherwise. She really does have preference to travel with him. That's a problem. Is there a way we can all begin the trip tonight?
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Yes, I will allow the three of you to go. But with that many, at least one will die before we reach the other side.
Oh.
Wow, how ballsy of this man. I furrow my brow. It's a disturbing addendum. Addendum. I am illiterate.
I realize.
And one, I've just never seen it spelled out before.
Addendum?
Yeah. And one offered with a little emotion attached. Bamel glares back, asking without asking what we're supposed to do with such circumstances. I'm like, did it repeat a word? But it makes sense. You should go around.
Your mom should go around.
And we'll find out.
Give me a little reach
Well,
around.
the sentence hangs in the air. The second half unspoken. If you want to live, and we'll figure out if they live
Next
in
time.
future episodes.
Give me that good reach around, bros.
Bruh. Give me a good reach around. Bruh.
It's not gay if it's with a bro.
It's not gay.
It's not gay.
Not no homo.
No homo.